he will. He's done it again.
Quick conversations with King Drew Millions. Quick conversations with King Drew Millions. Quick conversations with King Drew Millions.
Quick conversations with King Drew Millions.
Let's chop it up. All right. We'd like to welcome you all to Quick Conversation with King Drew Millions. I'm your co-host, Mr. Quick, and we have
King Drew Millions.
Yeah.
Quick conversations with King Drew Millions.
And basically what we're going to be talking about is a lot of current events and things of that nature, things that are going on in our day-to-day lives, just kind of ping off each other, see where our minds are going, you know what I mean? So just kind of go from there. This presentation is brought to you by the Keep It P brand, ProFreshional Brand, and the Opportunity Center, who has provided us with this beautiful ambiance here that you see. The Opportunity Center is a youth center that is trying to transition individuals from being cold, hard criminals to being productive people in society. And we're catching them at a very young age, and I think we're doing great things here. What do you think?
No, I think y'all doing amazing. I appreciate the opportunity and y'all inviting me into this situation. Doing the podcast been on my mind for a while now, and I prayed about it and didn't know which direction I was going to go in. But with the youth center and me being in law enforcement, it all tied together for me and what I had going on. And yeah, so that's what I want to do as far as me and you. I want this podcast to be able to promote your Keep It P brand, which is a positive clothing brand that we're going to speak about as well, where it come from, what it mean, and as well as the Youth Development Center. It's more than just throwing the young kids in jail and just stamping them with a hard time. We actually want to tap into their minds and see what we can do to help and make it better. Some of our topics going to be directed towards that, and some of them just going to be what's going on in the world or what went on through the week of our personal lives or what we just see on the news or media. We still want to stay up to date and current with what's going on. And, yeah, try to.
State of the Union in so many words. Yeah. State of the Union. That's what we're going to call it, something like that.
That's it, man.
But, just looking at one of the most current events that we just
Hold on,
had.
before we get into that, let's address Keep It P. You fresh today,
Yeah.
Since I've been knowing you, always been fresh, and you having your own clothing line makes all the sense in the world to me.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. So,
all right. Well, Keep It P is the professional brand, fresh and professional. As he said, I've been doing this my entire life. If you know me, you know Mr. Quick. I'm Mr. Quick to get fresh. This is what I do on a day-to-day basis. I'm clean even when I go check the mail. But, it's just, man, when I started in barber school, man, the instructor would always come in and address us as professionals. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, professionals. We're professional men. And he carried himself very well, very astute. He wore a blazer, you know what I mean, and slacks, or things of that nature. And I kind of just put my spin to it because I wasn't really off into the blazers more so. But I just like being fresh. So I came out with the niche line Professional Barbers, which is also a professional barber academy here at the Opportunity Center that I founded that it coincides with my nonprofit, which is Cut Against Recidivism. With that being said, my first shirt was really I'm the Plug, which is a play on words depending on who you're talking to.
right, because I got two of them.
Exactly. You know what I mean? The idea came from the Future song, Really I'm the Plug, Really I'm the Plug. So with me being engulfed in the hip-hop culture, you know what I mean, I feel like it was only right for me to come with that shirt. I ran into a lot of problems with individuals saying, oh, man, I love the design, I love the shirt, I love what it stands for, but I'm not a barber.
Oh yeah,
You know
cause
what
when
I
you
mean?
first did it, it seemed like you was just dedicated to the barbers.
Right, right, absolutely, absolutely. So when I came up into that hurdle, that's when I decided to drop the barb and just go straight with brand.
Mm.
And that's why it's still PFB,
Mm-hmm.
professional brand though, instead of barber.
Okay.
And
Okay.
when I did that, I did a little bit of brainstorming. I redesigned the logo, and it's still quote unquote, but the quote is more so focusing on the P and not the fresh, because the P is up to you. You could be a professional police officer. You could be a professional doctor. You could be a professional nurse. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? That's why the P is totally up to you. But
Whatever you're doing, just keep it professional.
keep it professional.
I
That's
like
why I say
that.
keep it P. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And shoot, it's starting to really take off in comparison to when it was just a professional barber. And now I have sweatsuits, sweatshirts, joggers, stack
Right.
outfits.
Right.
You know, it's just trying to cater to the community. And eventually, I'm transitioning to the Oxford t-shirts. I mean, the
Mm.
Oxford shirts, the polo shirts. You know what I mean? Things of that nature to show off the professional side of the professional brand.
Well, I know when you first started it, I seen some of your first work, some of your first ideas. And I just want to talk about all of it. You put a lot into a bucket for right now, and I want to open up all this. I remember you just drawing in your phone and in a notebook before you even started, and that's what a lot of people need to know. When you see somebody with a brand or a business, it don't just start when you see it.
Nah, it
Like
don't.
you gotta stay with it, even when times get hard, times get rough, and I'm proud of you for that because you stuck with it, and you never stopped your vision or your goal. And the next thing I want to tap on to anybody out there trying to be successful or start a business or a brand or whatever, if you catch on to what he said, his original plan was professional barber. But once he hit a roadblock, he didn't quit, he didn't stop. He just reinvented the to a professional brand, made it more global. He took himself out of a box. A lot of times people business or they success is stopping because they in a box. Take yourself out of the box.
Absolutely.
And
I
you,
took it from a niche line and made it a lifestyle.
there you go.
Yeah.
You even though you are a professional barber, you realize that you don't want to just dedicate only to barbers. You want everybody to be able to be professional.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, when you say that notebook, I mean, like if you just look at the initials of the brand, PFB, and we're going with the alpha numerical, P being the 16th letter, F being the
Mm-hmm.
sixth letter, B being the second letter. I kind of just went on and found out what the year 1662 was. And in the Chinese calendar, it's the year of the tiger. You
Mm.
know what I mean? So that's why the mascot is the tiger of the brand. But at the same time, a lot of people would like to argue who's the king of the jungle, the lion, right?
Mm.
But it depends on where you are, because somewhere where lions don't exist, who's the king of the jungle? The tiger is.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of synonymous, but at the same time, tigers stand alone. They are not herd or clan type of species. So you don't see them walking around in flocks. You know what I mean? So a professional kind of stands on his own, take care of their own business, and that's everything that the brand stands for.
Hey, y'all need to pick up this game, man. He putting too much out there.
Hey man, I mean that's the intricate details that a lot of people don't share, but now it's out there, and you get a little bit more of what the brand is about. And if you feel like you're a professional, the P is up to you.
Yes, sir. Now, let's talk about the youth center that's sponsoring this. So, how did they come in and get behind you on this?
I mean, the youth center just basically gave me a platform and gave me the ability to share my art, my creativity with the youth and inspire them from a person that they could see on a day-to-day basis. Because I actually started in detention, you know what I mean, working with the kids. Well, prior to that, I was a substitute teacher.
Mm.
And that's a whole nother story how I ended up getting to being a substitute teacher. But I started working with the youth in the detention center, and I saw that there was a void that needed to be filled because of the recidivism. You know what I'm saying? After a while, you see the same 100 kids over and over and over. So I would always pitch it to the facility administrators and let them know, like, man, we need some type of program where these kids can learn a skill, so they won't have to necessarily be out in the streets trying to get money as
So
Stream
they
would
didn't
say.
have this program before
No,
until you
sir.
pitched it.
No, sir. The
So this
program did
whole
not exist.
you kind of
The Professional Barber Academy was a vision of mine that I completely conceived from just sitting up and observing these young men, just seeing them like coming in and out, in and out. And as I know, coming up, the barbershop was a very, very important,
correct.
staple to us. You know what I'm saying? We spent every week in the barbershop. Sometimes when we wasn't getting our haircut, we'd just be hanging in the barbershop, soaking good game, having good conversation, you
Yep.
know what I mean, with our barber.
Yeah,
So
you just go to the barber shop on a Friday, Saturday, just cause not even just hanging out, but
yeah.
you get some good knowledge, good games, some good men come in and out of there, even women hanging out, dropping their kids off. But yeah, we learn so much, and that's a whole nother conversation
I
too,
mean,
because
but think
times have
about it.
changed. They don't really have it like that.
I mean, we do and don't because if you think about it, man, a lot of young men don't have positive role models within the household. And oftentimes they see that barber as that person with what can I call it, like a counselor, you know what I mean, as a fashion guru, a person that puts them on game about females, you know what I mean, just day-to-day life and how to calm yourself down in certain situations and things of that nature. That's why I felt like
The
I feel
barbershop
like
was a good networking hub.
exactly. I mean, it's the cornerstone of our community. You know what I mean? I mean, like I said, we was there every week. And shoot, if I wasn't bald head, I'd probably still be in there every week. Now I'm doing it every 3 days in my
It ain't the
bathroom.
same
You know
though.
what
Now
I'm
you just book your appointment, they cut your hair, and don't nobody talk, and you get up out of there, and that's it. It ain't the old school way. It ain't the traditional way that I'm used to. Your mama drop you off at, 2, don't come back,
Yeah.
get you to 10 at night.
I mean, but she knew that we were safe.
Safe in the barbershop.
You know what
know,
I mean?
go
The
ne-
barber wasn't letting nothing happen to us. You know what I'm saying? The corner store was right next door. You know what I'm saying? If we needed some type of food or snack or whatever, we'll go over there. Or he'll have someone go to McDonald's and pick up something for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it was a safe haven. And that's basically what I'm trying to build here for these young men, you know what I'm saying, and provide them with the knowledge to know that it's more than just cutting hair. You know what I mean? It's definitely more than just cutting hair, for real, for real. And what I've done was I've taken what used to be a housing unit, where the kids would actually live when they were in detention or what have you, and transitioned into a barbershop here at the Opportunity Center.
Okay. So how far along you? Like, when did you start this?
The actual vision started about 5 years ago, but the actual implementation only happened about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And I think we're in phase 2 right now.
Okay.
We do have all the stations set up, all the chairs set up. We just recently got the plumbing situation, and now we're just working on electricity so we can get accreditation from the Texas Department of License and Registration and regulation, excuse me. And the kids can get their actual barber license from here and proceed to the community and take their careers out to another level.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, it sounds like we're on a path to a good direction for sure. And um, so speaking of that, have you been up on? I know we lost Rich Homie Quan, we lost B King. Talking about the youth, one thing that's been going on heavy in the youth is drugs, health, and things of that nature. How do you feel about that?
I mean, as we know, the hip hop culture has become popular culture throughout, the globe, especially Western pop culture. And it's definitely taking a toll on our community. I mean, coming from Houston, this the city of Serb, you know what I mean? And now I think it's the lead in the opioid epidemic as well. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, we just lost Rich Homie Quan. I mean, I'm not sure exactly how he passed, but there has been speculation that there was some type of drug abuse that went on there. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's something that we need to get a hold on, but that may be more of a mental health thing more so than an actual problem that we can assess with drugs. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. They do kind of play hand in hand when you get to the abusive side of it,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
the where you're not going to a doctor getting it for because a prescription is needed for your health reason, and you just buying it off the streets or whatever. And
but they may be taking these drugs to cope with things within their everyday lifestyle. Because if I remember correctly, Rich Homie Quan said he started taking uppers in order to stay up and do concerts
mm,
on a regular basis. You know what I mean? I saw videos of him saying that personally. So, with that being said, if you're staying up 2, 3 days in a row, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna need something to bring you down from those same highs that you
right.
went up on. You
So
need
now you
something to
taking
bring
the
you down. So
downer.
you taking a downer at the same time. You got individuals saying like, shoot, I make the best music I got, you know what I'm saying, when I was under the influence, you know what I'm saying, when you're not your true natural self.
And I ain't gonna lie, when I first started hearing artists say that and really understanding it, I'm like, I do like the music, but at what cost? Because a lot of artists do say that they like, I make the best music when I'm, under the influence of this, under the influence of that. But so then it's like, if you're not doing drugs, you're not making good music, you're not happy, you're uncomfortable. But then we see so many artists losing their life behind the same drugs that help them make the good music. And I don't want to see nobody continue to lose their life on these drugs. And the drugs that they having nowadays, you don't know what's in them, who making them, and it's
Absolutely.
all about money. They don't have the drugs, they gonna make whatever just to take your dollar, cause that's what the hustle is about, the money for the person selling it. They not doctors, they not writing prescriptions, and they not held accountable to sell you that. But that's a big issue. And then I see these kids now, they watching the artists, watching their favorite celebrity, and it's funny because some of these celebrities rap about it and don't even do drugs at all. I have to tell these kids when I'm dealing with them, I'm like, man, you know, you think ain't no way Future can take as many drugs as he rap about. It's impossible.
Right,
You know
right,
what I'm
right.
saying?
I mean, he wouldn't even be as productive as he is, but at the same time, it's what sells, and these individuals, like you say, they aren't necessarily paying attention to what he's saying. They're just hearing what he's saying.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It sound good to, pop a Molly with some strippers. You know what I'm saying? Pop a Percocet with the strippers. You know what I mean? Get you in the mood, get you in the vibe. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? But what is the adverse effect behind it? You know what I mean? I mean, what is the effects that made you even feel like you needed to pop a pill to even be cool or chill with the ladies? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I mean, I've never been the type that needed no drugs to talk to the females. If you know me, I'm gonna run my jobs anyway.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Sober or not. But it is what it is. I mean, that's something that I feel like, again, that's a mental health standpoint. Like, you're not comfortable within yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that may be due to adverse childhood experiences that you may have came across in your life. Somebody might have told you you ain't nothing, you ugly, you fat, you know what I mean? So when you up under the influence of these drugs and all this, that, and the third, you feel like the person that you want to be.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
feel more relaxed. You feel more clean. You feel more cool.
But
You know what I'm saying? But, and then not only that, you thinking you won't know, but you're really not.
yeah. Yeah. And it's a never ending journey because once you come down, you want to take it again to come.
And then that's where the addiction comes in. That's where the
Hmm.
abuse comes in. And then it becomes self mutilation at that point because you are on a path to self destruction. You know what I'm saying? Because it begins to be progressive. Okay, yeah, I pop me a pill every time I go out. You know what I'm saying? Just so
Hmm.
I can feel the vibe, feel the mood or whatever. Then before you know it, man, I just pop me one just because I felt like it.
But I ain't gonna lie, like when I watch, I mean, I wasn't like really just, I mean, I was a baby in the 80s or the 70s, but it's like back then, at least it was feel good drugs. Like now, these kids or these people are taking these drugs and they dying.
I mean,
Like
but
that's,
you
I'm
gotta
just,
think, okay, that was feel good music. Now we got junkie music, and Cass is proud to be junkies.
that's crazy. Like when I be dealing with kids, I'm like, the drugs y'all taking now, I don't even like, I just get straight to the point. I'm like, the drugs y'all are taking now, y'all are dying.
I
And then
mean,
they,
cause they fake. They putting fentanyl in everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything is pressed. Everything is blowed up. You know what I'm saying? This is beyond what we knew as the free base smokers when we was kids. You know what I'm saying? The crack smokers when we was kids. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just think about it. When we was young, you walk around, smoker walk. He'll come wash your
Mhm,
car. You know what I'm saying? He could put stuff together. Now
mhm.
we in this whole opioid epidemic where everybody just junkie and want to be slumped over and falling asleep. But at the
That's
same time, the Houston culture has something to do with that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, early 2000s, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wanted to be sipping on some scissor. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's true. And not the whole world.
Now the whole world
Lean.
sipping drink with me. R.I.P. Big Mo.
Yeah. I mean, he did that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, we know what's coming.
R.I.P. DJ Screw. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we not from the South Side, but
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? We grew up on Michael Watts, but it was still the same screwed up culture that you know what I'm saying was the fabric that built what we have today.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean a lot of the artists still living now. They'll tell you now they don't even do that stuff no more, and that's what the youth need to catch on to. A lot of them people did it being lost and for the money. It was popular, it was cool, and they didn't really have. But now a lot of them are coming out and saying like health wise
Yeah.
and success wise, I'm not on that. I'm not doing that. I'm doing this and this. But the youth need to pick up on that and understand like those times are over. These people already made millions
True.
and now they raising kids, taking care of their family, they working out, they not on it like that. And for the ones
Yeah. Yeah.
who still on it, you see them, unfortunately, they either in and out the hospital because they wasn't taking care of their body or, they, you know, passing out,
I mean, but
passing away.
shoot, I mean, there is a distance in communication because of separation between generations. You know what I'm saying? Because I was talking to some kids, because they see me walking around with the double cup and everything, but they associate the double cup with just sipping syrup, and it's way beyond that. I mean, if you even look at the history as to why Big Mo even started double cupping, it was just for the insulation. You know what I'm saying? Because they actually started with the red solo cup, and if you've been drinking and you at a barbecue or anything like that, and you got your drink in that red solo cup,
Hmm.
guaranteed your ice gonna be gone in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But with that double cup of that styrofoam, you know what I mean? You got your good little
Yeah,
45
ice
minutes, an
gonna
hour,
last a
two
little
hours, you know
longer.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then the cup ain't super sweaty, you know what I'm saying? So it's a player thing. It's the P way, you understand?
Hmm.
It's just what it is.
Nah, that is true because I double cup and I know I don't do none of that, but I just can't go somewhere without
Man, I ain't doing nothing but sipping coffee, you understand what I'm saying? But
I
I want
waste
to
cup.
stay warm a little bit longer. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, and then like I say, we don't get a chance to communicate this to the younger generation, and sometimes it hinders us. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like that barbershop environment, you know what I'm saying, can
Hmm.
kind of be the ligaments or the glue to those bones. You know what I'm saying? Where we can stand on our own. You know what I mean, and
Well,
actually build a foundation.
we episode one on the barbershop in the show, so we here. So,
Yeah, yeah,
hey man, we here most importantly for the youth. We want to teach y'all this free game, better y'all, and anybody want to come tap in with us and pull up, show love, and
yeah.
hey, y'all welcome. Just reach out to us. Since we're on the Houston culture, you been on the Sauce Walker and Johnny Dang. What you feel?
Yeah,
What you feel
man. I
about that?
mean, listen, I've been wearing grills since '01. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, I got me one slug in my mouth right now. You know, VVs, that's how we get down. But I only got one because the kids always ask me, man, G, why you only got one bus down, man? I say, man, I'm a professional, baby. You know what I'm talking about? I can't talk to the chairman of the board with a mouthful of goals because that was one of the issues that Master P had, you know what I mean, back in his time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people frowned upon doing business with him and then looked at him a certain type of way because
Right,
of his
right.
ethnic background and how he carried himself. So, um, and I always like goals, dog. I always like goals. You know what I'm saying? I was one of them ones that was putting a gold foil in my mind from my ain't cigarette paper, you know what I'm saying, or the gum paper in my mind. And I went from that to getting the clip-on goals from C&J Supermarket over there off
Right, right.
Lockwood. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know,
If
I
you
was
from
there
that
for all
area, you
that.
know what it is. You know, so it was just the evolution of becoming who I am. And then once I got them braces took off, you know what I'm saying, in eighth grade, I was ready to go ahead and grill up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only wanted a grill because you had a grill. I never went back and finished paying on my grill at
Bro, you
Shorts
wasted that
Town.
money like that? Come on, man.
You took me to Shorts Town and I put like $100 down and never went back. But
Man.
I know from what I know they saying Sauce Walker wanted his grill a certain way, and Johnny Dang told him no because it wouldn't have been his professional brand style look. He didn't want to add too much, make it look bulky and all this. And Sauce Walker went to another jeweler and got exactly what he wanted, how he wanted, and then he kind of dissed Johnny Dang, saying, you know, whatever he said. But I look both ways at both people because I remember, like, I never really wore a grill, but riding with you, I used to see you argue with the, I want it like this, I want it like that. Now do it like this. Then you get it, they didn't do it right or something like that. So I feel as Sauce Walker spending his money, he don't care how many people grills you done did and how well known I'm spending my money. I want it done this way. But being a professional and everything that we stand on is what we talking about. If I'm gonna do something for you, I'm gonna try my best to do it to make you happy, but I still gotta keep my professional brand. And I,
Exactly. Quality is
right,
everything. Quality is everything. He gonna put, I mean, because his name is on this at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pick quality over quantity any day, and I carry that same thing with me doing haircuts or what have you. You know what I'm saying? So when he told him, nah, I think that you should do it this way. You know what I mean? It was basically just coming from a professional standpoint and telling them like, nah, bro, like these diamonds are too big. You know what I'm saying? You won't be able to close your mouth and make it look natural. You know what I mean? Look like you have a shark mouth, or at least that's. I'm just saying you have a shark mouth. That's not the words of Johnny Dang. So Johnny Dang don't come for me. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. But there also was a page on Instagram that was able to zoom in and show us the grill and show that the diamond placement quality wasn't the best quality. And he had already been missing some diamonds and everything. So if I seen Paul, matter of fact, I did see Paul Wall with a new grill that was similar to the one that he was trying to get Sauce Walker to get. And it looks natural. You know what I'm saying? The way he closed his mouth, he don't have to do a whole little, like he got buck teeth.
right,
You
right.
know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't saying Sauce grill
But
ain't
now you
live.
know Sauce, like that's just his style. Like
He over the top. He
right,
definitely
right,
over the
right.
top. You know
And
what I
that's what
mean?
we like
But
about
that's
it.
his
That's what we,
character.
yeah, that's what we love
Exactly,
about it. So
exactly.
that's why I say I feel both sides. It's like he wanted to do his, you know, he like even if it is gonna look tacky or if it's
I
gonna look
spent a
this way,
million on my
I
mind.
want to spend $1 million. This how I want it to look. I'm sorry, and that's that's what we rock with
Yeah,
him for.
nah, real talk.
So I get both sides, but that the lesson learned is as a business. This is what I get out of the whole situation. As a businessman, stand on your ground and protect your brand. If you don't want your brand to be looked at a certain way, don't just take somebody's money just to say, hey, I got their money. But at the same time, if you spending your money, get what you want. You know
And
what I'm
see, that's one
saying?
thing that I
Get what you
learned in barber school. You know what I'm saying? Because the example that they gave, a guy came in the barber shop and he was asking for a mohawk, but he wanted a hard line mohawk, right? So the barber ended up giving him a faded mohawk. and the customer got upset with him. He told, man, I wanted a hard line mohawk. You know what I'm saying? Which is just a boom, and everything below it straight bald. And come to find out, the uh the person that was receiving the services was actually auditioning for something like a Mr. T role.
Oh, so he needed that.
Exactly. And
Mm.
Mr. T didn't have no fade. He had a hard line
Right,
mohawk.
right, right.
You know what I mean? So really, by you providing the service that you thought was best, it
Mm-hmm.
really wasn't. And the customer knew exactly what he wanted. And not only did he lose a customer, he lost a potential contract to be cutting this man hair throughout the taping of whatever that film was.
That.
You know what I mean? So keep it P and do what these people ask you to do, man.
Hey man, these people spending their money, and then I guess that's to say that too. I could kind of see, like, if I've been coming to you spending my money, then I come to you and I'm like, hey, look, this is what I want. I
Yeah.
expect because
Yeah.
I'm a customer. Give
This
me
ain't
the-
his fair grill. He know
yeah,
what's up.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
I
Sauce
be,
been doing this what, 20 years?
yeah.
Come on, man. You
I'm
know what I'm
spending my
saying?
money. Give me what I want. Don't tell me what I need. I want what I want. I'm spending my money. So, all businesses out there, people spending their money, they want what they want.
I get it. I get it, man. I mean, it is what it is. But at the same time, I did see Sauce was a little salty about the fact that he don't have a picture in Johnny Dane's shop and he don't have a Diamond Boy chain. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I did see that. I
Yeah.
didn't get too deep into it, but I seen them kind of
But
talking
I
about
mean,
it.
shoot, you got everybody, you know what I'm saying, that ain't from my city sitting up screaming Diamond Boy, Diamond Boy.
Well, that's the problem that the Houston culture been having for a long time.
Yeah, we don't show love to our own. You
You
know
know,
what
with
I
somebody,
mean?
I mean, like, we don't have a lot of shine on Houston on nothing that we do. With me being in law enforcement, somebody even told me, like, they was like, you got like NYPD, you got LAP, meaning they actually brand, like they sell they brand even for officers. Like Houston, we got a lot of stuff go on, but
I mean,
we
maybe
don't get.
because HPD can go for a lot of places. You know what I'm saying? Houston Police Department,
I
Hawaii
mean, I'm
Police
just saying, I
Department.
just use that because
I mean,
that's
I'm
what
just,
I do for a living.
I
But
get
when
it.
they brought that to my attention, I was like, I never thought about that. But I was like, I just recently went to New York, and you go in there, like, it's shirts and everything. Like, I love NYPD. Like, people walking around with NYPD shirts and stuff. But I'm just using that as an example. Like, nothing Houston does. Like, we don't have that, you know. And to say that, he may go all around the world and have all these other artists' pictures, but why you don't have the Houston people pictures? And Houston people are the ones that put you on.
Exactly.
You know, your whole career
Remember,
started.
we shot with him a long time ago. I think it was like '02. I got a grill from Johnny Dane.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at the same, back then, I don't necessarily want to say he wasn't giving great quality, you know what I'm saying, because he was, but I was hearing in the streets, you know what I'm saying, oh man, them light grills, and you know what I'm saying, it was like he was not giving his all like he is right now because his name is such big now. So I ended up, remember I got my grill from Jury Dog. I don't even know if Jury Dog still at Sharpstown, but I ended up getting like my second grill from Jury Dog because I wasn't satisfied with what I got at first. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, with the Houston thing, like once celebrities from somewhere else come down here, it don't even matter if the quality good. People just gonna start rocking with it.
Not facts.
We
Big
had that
facts. Big
same
facts.
issue with our nightlife, our clubs. You know, it's just like
But sometimes it takes a time and a process, you know what I'm saying? You got to build your brand, you know what I mean? Sometimes, like even with my brand, when I first initially started out, I didn't have the best quality T-shirts, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm 4 or 5 years in, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting a better quality, you know what I mean? A longer lasting, you know what I'm saying? Tags and names and hang tags and hangers and all this, that, and the third. So sometimes you would need individuals with you along the ride, you know what I mean? Those good loyal customers, those good loyal friends, you know what I'm saying, that just are down with the movement. That's why
that's true.
it went from the niche line to the lifestyle. You know what I mean?
True. So, what else happened this week?
Man, that shooting that just happened.
Yeah,
What was
that's
that? Less
rest.
than a week ago, man. I mean, actually, we had two shootings this past weekend, man. So, I mean, with you being in law enforcement, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you feel about gun safety? Because, like, even especially with these switches, man. Like, what we lost a officer got shot. What's that on Homestead?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? From a police stop.
I mean, it's a lot because it's certain places where you travel, citizens cannot have weapons. Like the
Yeah.
violence is low because the citizens can't have weapons. But in America and then in Texas for sure, we open carry. Um, as far as the open carry go, I mean, I'm cool with it because if you carry, I carry, then it is what it is. Who,
Man, it's
but
really the wild, wild west, man.
but the issue with the open carry is everybody, even though it's open carry, that don't mean everybody want to carry.
Yeah.
You know, uh, like I don't care how much I ask my mama to take her gun with her. She just not a gun carrier. She just not that. Her mind ain't like that. Like, you know,
I
it's
mean, I can attest to that because I own quite a few guns, and man, I feel like man, those guns give you a false sense of bravado. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, don't mess with me. You don't know what I got. I'm gonna put that thing on you. You feel what I'm saying?
right,
And
right.
especially with these youngsters nowadays, man, they don't even fight no more. You know what
But
I mean? They ready to go straight in, and really, you gonna end up losing two lives for the simple fact you might get killed, and I might go to jail for the rest of my life. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
But that's why I carry, because I'm like, hey man, I know how easy it is for somebody to pull out on me, so I carry simply because, outside of me being in law enforcement, even before then, it was like I'm gonna have mine just in case.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
even with me, you know, doing what I do for a living, truth be told, the people who honest carriers are not the people to worry about. Like if I pull somebody over and they like, hey officer, I got a gun, like I'm already knowing that this is not the person to worry about. He's telling me, hey officer, I got a gun. I'm like, yeah, he ain't. It's the ones who acting like they don't have one, they worried about it, and they ain't gonna never even when you, hey, nah, I ain't got one. And
But
then
see,
you get
me,
down to it, you like, what is this? What is this?
I
This is
I get it, I get it. But see, I'm the type of person, man, I'm an energy person, man. You know what I'm saying? Very spiritual. And I believe the energy you put out returns to you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't really carry because I ain't going nowhere, you know what I'm saying, too far out of my one or two or A and B, you know what I'm saying, that require me to carry a
right,
firearm.
right, right,
Now, I for sure got it at home.
right, right,
You
right.
know what I mean? My sanctuary, my peace zone. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? If you come and try and disturb my peace, you're
Yeah,
gonna have to deal with the consequences and repercussions that come with that.
that's true.
You know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying? But while I'm out and about, I'm sipping and chilling, you know what I'm saying, chopping it up or doing whatever I'm doing with whomever I'm doing it with. I'm not sitting up here trying to beef with nobody, fight with nobody, talk spit to nobody, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to jug and finesse with the ladies. Hey baby, holla at your boy.
But
You
I
know what I'm
guess
saying?
I guess from my perspective, I just get tired of doing cases where, people either left it at home, never care, never have it, and be like, this never happened to me before. I hear the never happened to me before story so much, and it's like, now but the flip side of it
But if you
is,
getting robbed, how much time do you got to get it up out your pocket? By the time, if a cat run up on you and say, "Hey, give me everything you got on your pocket," and you got the thing on your waist, how much time do you actually have, or do you have the skills in order to wrestle with
well,
this
that's
person?
a deeper question too. Since you brought it up that way, is one way to look at it is, if you have one, you should routinely practice using it. A
Yeah,
lot of people have it, but they
yeah,
don't go to the gun range. They don't go. So like thinking, like I think for a living to, what if I got to pull it? What if I need it? What if I? So I'm randomly
yeah,
always just
yeah.
like, so
I get what you're saying. 'Cause I got a partnership. Man, he's a celebrity bodyguard, and he's also an ex-marine. You know what I'm saying? And my man say he can hit the center of the D on a Dr Pepper within
Yeah.
like 5 seconds of pulling it out his holster, bah, and hitting
And
that
not
boy.
only that, if you do, some people go to the extent of like protection fighting or whatever, like
He do that too.
defensive stuff.
He
So
do that
you
too.
know, but so that's one way to
Man,
look
look
at
my
it.
boy up. I am Scary Games, man. He really
Oh
be
yeah,
doing this
shout
thing.
out, shout
Shout out
out.
to Big Shep.
Yeah,
You'll see him. He behind a couple of them celebrities. He one of them big old yoked up cats that one of them kids will tell you, man, I ain't finna fight him. Man, I'm gonna go ahead and pull that thing out. I'm
nah,
gonna go.
yeah, and
Yeah,
that's why, but that's why I like to carry mine because but then too, on another level, it's like a lot. If you have one, you also have to know that I may kill somebody. Everybody don't. That's a tough thing to accept, but that's where it come in too. Some people are deep down inside. They're like, I ain't carrying it because I really don't want to kill nobody, which is good.
exactly.
It's cool.
And it's funny that you say that because you know what I'm saying. That's what a lot of these kids don't necessarily understand when they be out here robbing people. You know what I'm saying. Now you
Hmm.
going out here robbing a person, then you take this gun. That
Hmm.
makes it aggravated. And when you pull this gun, I asked him, man, do you really plan on or are you prepared to kill this person for their own stuff?
Hmm.
That they done work, you know what I'm saying, 8 hours a day for however long it took them to actually acquire it. Or are you willing to kill or be killed behind someone else's stuff?
Yeah, and that's crazy because it's it's crazy because they don't think that deep into it. Even though the crimes they commit, they don't think that deep
Man, they
into.
frontal lobe ain't fully
Yeah.
developed, man. The
Hmm.
frontal lobe doesn't fully develop until the age of 25, man. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? That's why the men's insurance don't go down until they turn 26. I don't even know if you knew that part. That's part of
Car
the
insurance
reason.
too. Yeah, I
That's
knew
what I'm
that.
saying. That's what I mean. I don't know why I had this man off in the law enforcement, so it is what it is. But a lot
Not
of
only
people
that,
don't know
before I was
that.
in law enforcement, I was paying $600-700 for car insurance. Car insurance was more than my car note.
Yeah, but
Till I got
think
in my
about
30s.
actually think about what we was doing in those years. You know what I'm saying? Swanging,
Hmm.
dipping. You know what I mean? All this, that, and the third. So now you got youngsters that's out here doing donuts. I wasn't a donut doer. I might have done it a time or two, but you know what I'm saying? I was more so of a swinging banger. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get on the curb and break that wheel on you, let you
Hmm.
know I'm finna body rock this boy.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So yeah, I mean I understand why it's done.
But
But
I ain't gonna lie to say that though. My daddy, this is what I never stopped carrying my gun, but I remember when I was like 18 or 19, my daddy got in the car with me, and I think I had the gun. I had the gun somewhere, and he seen it, and he was like, "Man, what you need a gun for?" And I was like, kind of like on some Friday
yeah, he hit
stuff,
you
you
with the
know what I'm
Friday.
saying?
Well,
Man,
what's
what you
that
need?
for?
What's that for? I'm like, Daddy, you know what it's for. So then he say, "Man, let me ask you a question." I say, "What's up?" He say, "Just a quick scenario. If you get in a wreck right now, boom, you accidentally run into somebody running to you, big dude get out and run towards you. You got this gun. What you gonna do?" And as 18, 19, I'm gonna get out. I'm a cock. I'm ready. I'm a up. He say, "Okay." He say, same scenario, dude, big dude, 6 foot something. You realize you ain't got the strap on you. What you gonna do? Man, I'm gonna talk to him, see if we can figure something
But
out.
that's why I'm
You know
saying
what I'm
I'd
saying?
rather not carry and be more logical about the situation and chop it up. Say, man, look, you ain't even gotta go down like that. Cause I mean, I just got pulled over less than a week ago, right? And man, the situation didn't even have to go like it did. But that's neither here nor there. But I pulled out from the light. I'm tipping slow. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? I'm finding a little lady friend home, make sure she get there safe, at least halfway there for sure. And up on takeoff, she starts to drive a little bit slower than what I am. So she get behind me in the lane. So shoot, I'm getting ready to make that right turn. So I get in the right lane. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Not to look inconspicuous or suspicious or anything like that. But once we pull up to the third light, she followed me for 3 lights. once we get to the third light, she hit the cherries and berries on me. You know what I'm saying?
Cherries
So
and berries.
shoot, I done got aggravated. I done put the car in park right there. Well, shoot, ain't no sense in me going no further. I'm stopped right here.
Yeah.
So that's when she get over the loudspeaker. Sir, pull over at the next driveway. I'm like, I bet. You know what I mean? So I turn to the next driveway. I roll the front two windows down. I'm so used to rolling the front two windows down because I now always roll behind 5% tint. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm a little bit older, try to follow the rules a little bit more.
Right.
So now I'm down to like 25%, 20%.
You
You know what I'm
legal.
saying? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? So at this point, her and her partner commenced telling me, roll down all your windows. You know, I'm like, well, God, no, I don't even think it require all this. But then I thought in the back of my mind about the police getting hit with the switch. You know what I mean? But then I immediately got back aggravated as to why is you pulling me over at 1 o'clock in the morning? I ain't ran no lights, I ain't speeding or none of that. So needless to say, the lady say she pulled me over because of my registration tag. I'm thinking to myself, really, you could be doing so many more important things than pulling me over at 1:30 in the morning behind a registration tag. Yeah, you as a law enforcement, you know what I'm saying? You gonna think about it a totally different way. But I mean, it rubbed me the wrong way, and I'm like, man, the one time that I'm for sure following all the rules except for this one rule, you pulled me
I was
over.
just gonna say you follow all the rules. Okay.
Hey man, you know what I'm saying? That's just that one, man. I mean, now I can see if I was speeding, I can get that. You know what I'm saying? But you got behind me, behind
Nah,
the
so
tag.
when I was in the academy, that was one of the things that they
I know that's probably because God dog.
no, it ain't even about proper cause. It was one of the things. Well, I'm basing the issue about. I'm gonna go off your attitude towards it. I'm a I'm in law enforcement. When I get pulled over, I'm mad.
Yeah.
Like anybody can get pulled over, you mad because this is not on your to do list. This is you rushing to work, you rushing to get your kids. Like ain't nobody happy when you getting pulled over. So that off the rip is understandable. With most of us, we already know you not happy. Now, but the second part of it is it could be a simple reason to stop you off of that one thing you're doing to see what else we could find, or it could just be, you know what, let me just see what's going on. Ain't whatever the
That's what I
reason.
felt the rolling of the back windows down. So
When,
when
when
she
no,
when she asked for my ID, I went ahead and gave her my work ID, let them know I
but
work
then
with
too, rolling the
juveniles.
back windows down 1 o'clock in the morning, don't know who this person is, don't know what their intentions
But
are.
when you run my place, don't it tell you what I do?
It don't say you a barber, you got this youth center, you got a TV
Man,
show.
say
It
something
don't.
about me.
It just say expired
Yeah.
registration and no insurance or insurance.
But why she still asking me for
Cause,
my insurance? You should already know I got insurance, lady.
but as a citizen, you gonna have every comeback that exists
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
world,
yeah,
which is understandable. But I'm just being honest that a simple traffic stop off of that can lead to so much. And
yeah, yeah.
if I don't tell you to roll all these windows down and I walk up and get drummed up with a switch or some Terminator type tool that I could have simply almost saved myself. Cause usually, especially if it's late at night, when I get to that back trunk area and I'm feeling like it's a little extra going on, hey, go ahead and roll all these windows down. I mean, that's typical. Like, hey, cause I hit that beam on them too. All them lights be on, my tops be on that beam, and it be little small, like nice looking people be like, is this necessary, officer? At 1 in the morning, I'm sorry, sir, sorry, ma'am, but yes, it is. But now that I know that you straight, let me get your ID. Let me go run it. We'll see where it go from here. All right, cool. But like you say, it's the attitude. Now,
I had somebody on the phone that was calming me down at the same time. I ain't gonna lie. The young lady I was following, she was on the phone with me. She was like, calm down, it's okay, because I did have a bit
so I
of an
guess
attitude.
you feel Tyreek Hill was how you feel about the Tyreek Hill
I
situation.
mean, on the officers, it was, this my personal opinion, it was a bit excessive. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Although dude did roll up the window after the officer, asked him for his identification, you know what I mean? That was not grounds for him to tackle him and put his knee in his back and all that, you know what I'm saying? Especially given the fact that we lost George Floyd to a similar situation. And you not even knowing exactly who this man is, but you have innocent patrons that are passing by informing you who this person is. Nah, man, that's such and such, man, that's such and such. You know what I'm saying? He going to the game, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, egos are at a heightened, you know what I mean, state. So I guess when the adrenaline rushing, your ego going, all this, that, and the third, your reasoning may be clouded at that point. You know what I'm saying? Then you getting angry, which also naturally clouds your reasoning. And you handling this type of person or handling this person in a type of way that's gonna be frowned upon later. And that's what one of them got suspended or he's under investigation.
Yeah,
or
that's what I
something like
read
that.
a couple days ago. Say that they got him, got him pushed to the side for the moment. So, but I think both people was wrong. Me being in law enforcement, all the way around, both people were wrong. Because at the end of the day,
But I mean, and with that, he'll have his little old ego, man. I'm a superstar, man. I'm in a foreign car. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my way to the stadium. You should already know who I am. Nah, bro, I don't know who you is. You know what
right?
I mean?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That
Because I just started watching sports, you know what I'm saying, this season because Texas been doing all right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, baby, we 2-0, yes, that be, yeah, and we going for more.
H time, baby. We need to see. Hey, we need a Super Bowl.
Yeah, for
or
real.
next year.
Hey, Stroud, Mixon, Diggs. Hey, man, y'all do y'all thing, man. We need a ring, man. You know what I'm talking about? We need one of them, dog.
Sir. But to tap on the end of that real quick, I say both of them were wrong. Simple thing is attitude of everybody involved. If he would have just been like, hey, what up, officer? Here go my ID. I'm in a rush to the game. You know what I'm saying? And just chilled and seeing how it played out 9 times out of 10, it wouldn't have went that way. But once again, you get pulled over, you're on your way to the game, you mad. And honestly, a lot of people with cloud or celebrity status or something, it'd be funny to me because they feel like I have to know who you are. Don't care, don't know. I just want to get out of here as soon as possible. But if you make it difficult, we could be here all night. I mean, truth be told, that's what you know who I am? Like, I hear that so much. It's like, I don't care if you on the board of the resident. I don't care if you run this, that. Like, I'm just doing the job, bro. Like,
I get it.
Don't make it hard for me.
Well, shoot, man, I guess on that note, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, we can conclude it with the statement of keep it P, man.
Hey,
keep it professional, man. You know what I'm saying? If everybody within that situation would have kept it P,
keep it professional,
it would have went totally different, just like my police stop did. You know what I'm saying? Lady let me go with a warning.
There you
and
go.
I made it to my destination with no
other
issues. You know what I'm saying? But check us out on the web, keepitp.com. You know what I mean? We also on Instagram, keepitp.com, spell out the D-O-T. And shoot, come check us out at the Opportunity Center, man. Actually see what we have and what we're trying to do with these kids. You know what I mean? We're trying to do something great here and something you could be a part of. For real.
We're just trying to big up the youth. Each one teach one.
Straight like that.
He will. He's done it again.
Quick conversations with King Drew Mills. Quick conversations with King Drew Mills. Quick conversations with King Drew Mills.
Quick conversations with King Drew Million.
Let's chop it up.